If he's
I'm going
close
to.
enough to press the hinge, can I see him?
No, he's standing off to he's standing off to one side. Or he was standing off to one side of the door, so he was out of your line of sight specifically. And now he's sitting on the floor off to the side. You might be able to catch sight of his feet as they're sort of splayed out in front of him.
If I can see the feet, I'm going to say who's there.
You hear no response.
Nigel.
You hear a response.
I'm going to silently dig my nails into the door and write it from the top.
Okay.
And just hold it as though nothing's wrong with it now.
Okay.
But I'm going to remain out of view. Nigel, do you trust
don't-
more your guild
I don't hear
or
her at all.
the right master? Oh, you do. You can hear Helena outside.
Helena, don't play this game right now. Don't do it. I'm willing to
You
end
are
this
the one in
peacefully.
the corner.
I'm willing to end this peacefully.
Well, you weren't willing to start it peacefully.
I was.
No.
Yes, I was. I'm not going to
No.
get played just like nobody else.
He did not ask for a favor. He asked for you
He
to
asked
look on him
exactly for a
kindly.
favor. He asked exactly for a
No.
favor. That was his direct words.
Jasper, you jump at shadows. Which
I
is
don't jump at
okay,
shit.
because that's where I live.
I assess the situation and I move forward. Don't do this with me. We can end this peacefully. All I ask.
You smell a little burnt.
I'm going to take a heavy sigh. All I ask is for the good doctor to come up and grab his cane himself.
He can't.
He can.
He
I broke
can't.
his arm, not his legs. Let's be real about this.
You didn't have to. They were before he turned.
We both know he's got more than enough help. Those 4 boys could carry him up if they wanted to. Stop playing this game with me.
She starts to hum the Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy song.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I patiently wait.
You hear some shuffling sounds behind you.
I turn around.
You can see Nigel is no longer standing in a combat-ready stance. He's now pushed himself back up against the wall, and he's got a bit of a twitch going on.
I'm immediately going to knock him the fuck out.
Okay.
1, 2, she's coming for you.
What do you want? Brawl strength?
I don't need to roll. He's not resisting.
Okay, I'm gonna knock him the fuck
plenty
out.
skilled enough to do it. You single strike him and knock him out.
Can I hear this shuffling going on inside?
You could hear some shuffling going on inside, and then you hear a thwack and a heavy thump as a body hits the floor.
Let the body hit the floor.
While he's distracted and the boys are here,
Yeah.
I'm going to attempt to rip the door off.
Okay.
I'm not going in, but I will open up.
All right, that's going to be hard because it's a secure metal door. However, in fairness, one of the hinges has already been dissolved in acid, and the bottom one is half dissolving in acid at the moment. So it's actually going to be easier to get to pull the door out of the frame than it would have been ordinarily.
Okay.
Let's have a quick look at some character sheets and figure out what we're going to roll for this one. So I think it's going to be a strength roll, and I kind of want to say brawl. Oh no, athletics. Athletics is a much better pull for this.
Okay.
All right.
David sighs and goes, I wish I'd have brought my boombox. Music accompaniment to this would be awesome.
Would I hear her trying to rip this off?
Oh yeah. If she's successful in her role, you're going to hear metal grinding and the door coming out. It's not going to be quiet.
And then... Okay, and I have a secure hold because I have my claws into it.
Yeah.
And then I did that for potency.
That's plenty sufficient. Okay. You have a good hold on the door. You give it a good pull. As I say, the top hinge is already destroyed. The bottom hinge is on its way. Ivan pulls his hand very quickly out of the way as he feels it start to move, and the door literally drags across the bottom. The bottom hinge kind of tears in half, and the door drops the last sort of eighth of an inch onto the floor, and then you drag it out of the way.
As soon as that happens, as soon as the door goes away, I want to do exactly what I sent you.
Okay. So you're now okay, fine, yeah, do it. Yeah. So you go out swinging.
All right. I'm not going out swinging. I want to sit underneath the desk.
Oh, okay, sorry.
When the door comes out, I want to grab whose ever legs are there.
Mm-hmm.
I want to pull them out underneath all the way through the desk.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that message. Yep, fine. Yeah.
And then I want to rip their head off.
Okay. This is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Okay.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
I have already stacked up. I'm assuming the desk is at the bottom.
Okay.
The bed is on top.
Yeah.
To create a barrier,
yeah.
And the chair was broken down for obvious reasons.
Okay, that's fine. So you ready yourself. You hear the door start to go, so you ready yourself to go and pull out the legs of the person standing in the doorway. There is no one standing in the doorway.
Then I'm going to ready myself. I'm going to come out from underneath the desk.
Okay, so you're stepping
and get ready to swing.
You're stepping out into
anything
into the corridor. Then, yeah.
No, back into the room.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to take a defensive position.
Fine.
Anything that comes through this barrier,
yeah,
has to come through the doorway.
Yeah.
In that time they are vulnerable.
Yeah.
That is when I'm going to strike.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pull out my claws, and I'm going to go. I'm going to aim for the head, if possible, and I'm going to try and aim for the neck to sever the head.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Fine. Yeah. No problem. You don't see anybody in the doorway. The door
and I wait
disappears out of view, and you don't see anybody.
I wait and stare at the doorway.
There's 3 Russian boys who are also looking and staring at the doorway. One
I'm gonna deadpan
sitting staring at the doorway while eating popcorn, and one.
I'm gonna deadpan stare at them.
Yeah. Oh no, they're not standing in front of it. They're standing off to the sides of it. So.
Oh yeah, well I assumed I would be.
Your view is you can see the doorway and nobody, but you're aware that there's people there.
Come through. It's an act of war. I'm giving you a chance. I have not been aggressive for that one time.
A succession of Russian syllables from 3 different sources. They don't sound very happy.
You're trying to push in. I'm not trying to push out. You're the aggressors right now. Even when I was the aggressor, I told him to stick his hand in. He did it.
He trusted you.
Not my fault. I told everybody nobody's coming in. What did he do?
Are you actually going to fulfill your favor to him? Because he did it.
No, he deserves no fucking favor. He deserves no favor. Why does he deserve favor?
You made him bleed for favor.
No, I didn't.
Now you won't give it.
You know what? Yeah. Yeah, I will.
Bing bong. Would Jasper Knowles come to the admin office, please? Jasper Knowles to the admin office.
I'm gonna fucking move him. I'm gonna yell to David. Hey, David, that's probably the right master. You might not want to keep him waiting.
And just as I was digging out my video camera, damn it.
Now, I'm gonna stand screaming. Are you gonna do this right now? In front of him?
I hand over my tub of butter popcorn to the Russians and I walk to admin.
I'm talking to Helena. You gonna do this right now in front of him? He's here. It's too late. You gonna die on this hill?
What is the matter with you?
Ain't nothing wrong with me. Mm-mm.
Did he do something funny to your head?
Did who?
You are not acting like yourself tonight.
I am acting like myself.
You are
don't know me.
paranoid.
Paranoid has nothing to do with it. You just took a door off the hinges. I'm the one that has to fix that door. You realize that, right?
You should see your favorite spot.
I immediately stop and go silent.
Jasper, can you make a roll for me, please?
What do you need?
So you basically it seems a little bit like what they're trying to do is they're basically deliberately pissing you off now.
Yup.
So you're going to need to make a frenzy check.
Okay.
Which you do on which page is that on? Is that on
Isn't it just wits composure still?
I thought there's a button on there. Frenzy check at the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's fine. So you, as she says, "Oh, you should see your favorite spot." You taste bile at the back of your throat, and you feel a curling, coiling sensation in the pit of your stomach, and you can feel claws starting to pull their way towards the pipes leading to your throat. You recognize this. This is the beast. The beast is starting to the beast has had enough of this situation and wants to take over. You manage to force it back down again, but it's hard.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if you touched any of my stuff, I will kill you.
He drops the empty moonshine bottle.
Yeah, I think you're going to need to make another one of those rolls now.
You just see it fall from the ceiling.
It drops to the floor and smashes. You recognize it as it falls.
I'm now glad I'm halfway to admin.
You are fighting with the beast at the moment. You're winning. You're keeping it down, but you can feel it is trying to force its way up to the surface. And you know the moment the beast takes over, you won't have any control at all. It will go out of that door and it will fuck up anybody that it comes across.
I'm telling you right now, you're playing a very... I'm going to stop myself. Take a breath. I understand what you're doing. I understand why you're doing it.
Oh,
I understand that you feel like you're getting some kind of vengeance right now.
that's cute.
But trust me, you were fucking with forces that you do not understand, little lady.
I understand anger and rage and fear and terror. It's my job.
Yeah,
It's
you
what you
understand it
use
with
me
crazy
for.
people. You understand it with crazy people. That's easy. Now, as I said before, if the man wants his cane, he can come get it. If you
So
don't
you
like
can
that,
savage him again?
I offer him free passage. He can come get his cane all he wants. As I said before, as I said to our friend before, I'm going to reach out my hand, and, well, it was open the door, but I see that that is no longer an issue. I'll let him in, reach out my hand, and get him his cane. All he has to do is reach out his hand.
He did before.
He did
You almost
not.
took it off.
He asked for something that he didn't deserve. He tried to play the system. He tried to play me. What would you have done? Would you gone with it? Would you ignored it? Huh? Would you done absolutely nothing? I showed him where I stood. I showed him how I stand. It's not my fault that he got mad about it. You take the risk. Sometimes it fails. Y'all looking at me like I'm the bad man. Look at you. As I
don't know.
said
Can
before,
you see me?
as I said before, you're the aggressors here, not me.
Okay, David, you arrive at the admin office. The secretary looks at you. Can I help ya?
Jasper's kind of tied up at the moment. He wanted me to stop by and see if there's anything I could do.
Okay. There's a phone call for him. Somebody from the front desk.
Give me the phone. Let me hear it.
She hands you the phone. She looks a bit confused, but she hands you the phone.
This is David. Jasper's indisposed. How can I help you?
Fetch Baron Knowles for me.
He's in a bit of a standoff and refuses to leave where he's at.
Oh, for pity's sake. We've come to take your guest. Fine then.
Yeah.
Dr. Petrovich. Fetch me Dr. Petrovich.
I will attempt to do so. Can I ask which faction you're representing? Because I think that's what their standoff is all about.
What do you mean faction?
3 people want this guy.
I'm the regent of House and Clan Tremere. I'm not used to be kept waiting.
Very well. I will let Dr. Petrovich know. And this is going to be fun to watch. Thank you. And I hang up the phone and
As you hang up the phone,
and skip down to the morgue.
As you hang up the phone, you'll hear the words, "What do you mean?" And then it cuts off.
I'll skip down to the morgue. I'll knock loudly on the door.
Okay.
Yes.
Tobias, time to move. Your chantry person's here, and they're demanding Nigel this moment.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me drink some blood, and I will go meet them. I want to drink enough blood for the site 2 dots, please.
That's fine.
Double
Evan.
dosing Capri Sun blood packs.
Evan, clack, 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 as fast as they can.
Yeah.
Down to the place.
You want? I can always push you in a wheelchair. I don't mind.
Oh, sure. Let's do that. It'll be faster. Don't want to keep reaching the rating.
I imagine there's back and forth still in the background while
you're pushing.
yeah.
As you're pushing, you'll hear, "Bing bong. Will Jasper Knowles come to the admin office, please? Jasper Knowles to the admin office."
David just let. Oh, this is great! This is wonderful.
Bill.
It's very important,
Fun.
Jasper.
As soon as we get to the front lobby admin area, David's going to walk up, and unless there more than one faction there, or is it another phone call?
It's another phone call to the admin office. So the front counter, the front desk where they do the admissions in the first instance, is separate from the admin office. The admin office is in the middle of the facility. So what generally happens if someone's coming to visit, they come to the front desk, which is a secure area, and then the front desk phones through to the admin's office, and then they tannoy out to whomever needs to go and collect them.
All right. As soon as I'm assuming I'm taking him to the front area, then as soon as I get there, I'm going to walk over to the reception and pick up. I need the admin office for Jasper. He's indisposed. And I definitely am trying to stifle laughter.
The lady behind the counter looks at you now, irritated. It's the middle of the night. She hands the phone over to you.
And Tobias would be like, "Duh, it is. Let the man answer the phone."
This is David again. What do you need? I'm still dealing with the first one.
The voice is different on the phone this time. It is it's a voice that sounds familiar to you. Dude, what the fuck is going on?
Three-way Mexican standoff. You're gonna love it.
We just turned out to pick up our boy, and the Tremere's here. Him and James are having a fucking Barney right now.
Oh, you're gonna love it. Let James know the right master's on his way too.
Ah, fuck.
I'll be down with Dr. Tobias in a minute. This is gonna be a lovely show. You might want to stand back.
Right. Thanks, buddy.
Don't worry, I'll be sure you get refreshments.
Okay.
And then I finish wheeling. Tobias, here we gotta go. We got 2 people now. We're halfway there.
Wonderful. This should be great.
You wheel your way down towards the front counter. As you're just arriving at the front counter, you can see the secure door in front of you. You need a pass key to get through. You'll hear across the tannoy, "Will Jasper Knowles please come to the admin office? Jasper Knowles," in a very irritated voice.
Helena would hear every single time this happens, Jasper go, "God damn it! God damn it! God fucking damn it!"
Someone's tardy.
Actually, anyone... Well, actually, no. Considering what I have active right now, in the faint background, you're just going to hear very faintly, everyone, a slight echo of a laughter that you can tell is just David's. You know for a fact you really normally couldn't hear it, but for some reason it just seems to penetrate everywhere.
Okay, you get to the security door. You can see, the security door's got security glass in it, thick security glass in it, and you can see that there is currently a heated conversation going on the other side of the glass. The Right Master, Barkentine, and James are currently engaged in a heated conversation between the 3 of them. The phone is currently held in the hand of Mr. Kicks. There is a young female, very well-dressed individual who you may recognise as being a member of the Tremere, standing off to one side, trying to do her best not to be noticed. And that's it.
Tobias will swipe the key card to let them in. Please, come in.
Why is
You
this
let them
running
all
shit?
in. Excellent. This is getting better and better.
Ladies, gentlemen, right this way to the lovely event.
Awesome.
So Helena's just laughing each time this happens, but she's kind of stopped razzing you a little bit.
Stop razzing me?
Yeah.
For the moment.
Helena, we gotta work together in this.
I'm not the one that made the problem.
I'm not the one that made the problem either.
Yes, you did.
I did not. I'm not the one that stuck my hand through the tray.
You asked. You are Baron. He would be insubordinate if he did not.
He could have not wanted the favor. There's always a choice.
Duh.
They made the choice to stick their hand through. I made the choice to break that arm. Here we are.
Then you told
Pretending
me you
it's
would not
on me.
honor that.
Saying it's my fault takes away from everyone else. Situations are not one side than the other. They are a mix. A pie, if you will. Now, how'd you like to... I look up and around the door. How'd
She
you
is
like...
pressed close to the ceiling and a little bit away, just out of arm's reach.
Would you like to come in and provide some assistance?
No, thank you, Spider. I am not a fly.
No, I don't mean provide assistance to me. I meant help ease the situation. I
I am.
continue looking around the door. You're hiding like a coward.
No.
Come in. Come in and show
Are
that
you to
everything
hurt me
is
too?
fine. Come in and show everything is fine.
You just
Come
want to hurt
in.
me too.
Why would I want to hurt you?
Because you are frustrated. Because of the things I touched. Because of what you're going to find.
I
Because
take
of
another deep
that.
breath. You're
On
right.
the floor.
You're right.
I suppose if you want me to help it, I'll go away. You could give me a favor.
I'll tell you what.
You could
Come
give
in
me
and get
trouble.
your favor.
How about you come give me the favor?
Well, you heard my conditions. Come in and get it. I'm gonna push the furniture closer to the door.
Oh yes, please help me.
Yeah, you're coming in. I believe it.
You hear a door open in the distance, and the squeak, squeak, squeak of a wheelchair, and many footsteps following behind.
Jasper,
They have all
I
been
have-
silent. The moment that door opened, they were in a large argument as the door opened, and the last thing you heard was James pointing in the Right Master's face and saying, "You can go fuck yourself, mate. This is a security issue in my jurisdiction." And then the door opened, and they all stopped talking and looked at you. You
Jasper.
said, "Come this way for the performance," or whatever it was that you said, and they've all been silent from that point onwards.
What was your favorite item in that room? And do cartridges clean easily?
I'm gonna give her a nice little smile.
Come on, the only thing that would make this better is for somebody frenzying just as we all arrive.
I don't say anything.
The moonshine was good. I don't understand why you did what you did. I won't even claim to. But I know why I did what I did. Because it felt like what you did.
You did what you did because you're weak.
Maybe,
you
but
have a
it's not my
feeble
job to
mind.
clean this asylum. It's
You're
dirty
right.
top to bottom. Especially your spot. And your controller.
I pace. I just start pacing and watching the door.
I also found the Mario Brothers one.
I
The one you
seriously
hid.
just start to pace and watch the door.
Do you think maybe you might need another frenzy check?
I don't know. Honestly, at this point, no, not yet.
Okay, all right.
She just said she found it, but if she says she destroyed it, then maybe.
Okay.
Come on, ride the wave, ride the wave.
Well, what I did was, it seemed like a shame to just brutalize it like you did to the poor doctor's hand. So instead, I made sure to rouse so I could enjoy your moonshine. But that makes all of the soot very... Well, it's no longer dry and powdery, So I ran my fingers through all the cartridges. Touched all those little metal bits.
It's done.
You feel the fury building up inside you, and your vision starts to blur. It starts to go red, and then you black out. You have no consciousness.
I feel like my character would tell Princess to kill her before he went into frenzy.
I feel like you don't have a lot of choice in that matter.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think you had any control over that. I mean, the frenzy comes onto you. You don't have any conscious and rational thought about stuff.
You might want to help Nigel. He's in there.
I think what probably happens though is, although you don't necessarily give a command to Princess, I think pretty shortly after you go in for an attack, the dog will follow anyway. Because
probably
because it's loyal. And as much as it's also intelligent enough to understand that when you're attacking, it's attacking. Unless you specifically told it not to. And you have said anyone who comes through the door gets bitten. And if she's not coming through the door, the Princess isn't going to attack. But if you go out the door and start attacking, Princess will follow.
Well, I'm going to kill her. Let's go. Okay. Let's roll.
Okay.
My last words, as I see this beginning to happen, is Nigel's in there. You might want to help him.
Tobias, I don't know what's wrong with Baron. I thought that whole domination thing had wore off of Nigel. I believe, though, there's some kind of directive or something, and suddenly poor Baron is not well now. I don't know. Look at hand. It is, bad.
I'm going straight after her. I'm going to move everything out of the way, destroy it if I have to.
Oh, you won't be moving anything. You'll be smashing your way through.
Exactly.
So, Helena, you'll see the look in his eye. The humanity disappears from Jasper's face. His face twists into a snarl, and he charges forward, smashing into the barricade that he's built. On the plus side, the barricade that he's built is going to slow him down a little. Not a lot, but it's going to slow him down a little. You'll have a little time to react, or a little time to put something into place. So what I'd like to know from you is, are you going to prepare yourself for being jumped on, or are you going to get the fuck out? You can see down the corridor,
or the piece of the door.
You can see down the corridor that David is pushing a wheelchair containing Tobias. Behind him, you can see the Right Master, Barkentine, and James. And behind them, you can see Mr. Kicks and a young female Tremere that you recognise from court. They are following on the wake, and Tobias is animatedly saying, describing some situation whereby Jasper has apparently gone completely insane.
Well, my first order of business, as I said, is to call back that Nigel is in there and they might want to help him.
Mm-hmm.
And then my second order of business is, how far away is the door? The part that I ripped off.
Oh, I guess you pulled it off and put it up against the wall. I mean, unless you dropped on the floor. It wouldn't be that far because it's a big, heavy door.
So it's propped up where it's in arm's reach for me.
Okay.
I'm going to grab it and kind of how you bring down a fly swatter.
Mm-hmm. You're going to use it as a weapon, an improvised weapon.
Yep.
Okay.
Did you lift that door?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, let's roll.
So one thing you probably need to take into consideration is Nosferatu are actually really strong.
Let's roll. I'm down. Let's go.
Okay. The You pick up the door as the barricade is destroyed, and Jasper piles out towards you, claws extended, teeth extended.
No intention of killing him. Every intention of disabling him.
Okay. Well, okay, yeah, that's fine. You two obviously attack each other at the same time, right? So the way combat works in V5, you both roll. Whoever scores highest wins. It's not a complicated combat system for this. Mm-hmm. So I think you're going to be using so Helena is going to be using strength plus melee, I guess.
Melee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jasper is going to be using strength plus brawl. Roll your dice. Ooh.
That's pretty damn good.
That's pretty good.
That's really good.
That's all successes, and 3 of them are 10s. So
yeah, that's
nice.
really good.
That's 8 successes, 9 successes.
Hale, I sent you a message.
Okay.
It's a question to know before I roll.
Okay, yeah, no problemo. Oh.
Just had to go for Mario, you fucking monster.
It's the one game I remember you saying specifically, I'm sorry. I felt bad saying it.
You fucking monster.
I dirtied the own memories of playing that game with my brother by saying that. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You're a fucking monster.
Nintendo games I ever had.
Well, was it just Super Mario, or was it the combo Super Mario Duck Hunt cartridge?
I would like to say this in advance. I am willing to willpower this roll preemptively as a precaution, and that's all.
Well, see what you roll. You might not be able to. You can re-roll up to 3 of them.
I will.
And it will mitigate against the incoming damage. Okay, so you get 6. So the way this pans out, you pick the door up and try to bring it down on him as he comes out the door. He's just quicker. You manage effectively to use it as a partial shield to knock away some of the incoming kinetic energy, but he slips past your defenses and catches you. Because of where you've got the door, he can't go for your neck, so he slashes you across the chest and abdomen. He does 3 levels, and I believe it's aggravated damage to claws. So 3 levels of aggravated damage to you.
So 3 of my boxes?
3 of your boxes to ag, yeah.
Okay.
I want Princess to circle behind.
Well, I haven't dropped down. I did it from above.
I'm gonna try and pull you down.
Okay.
Well, you don't get purchase because of the way everything's panned out. A lot of your kinetic energy and a lot of your grip has been mitigated against by the fact that she's got a gigantic steel door in the way. So you don't get purchase on her, but your claws dig into her flesh. So she takes the damage, but you don't have a hold on her.
All right, fair enough.
Okay. Next round, I assume you're doing the same sort of things, or are you dropping the door and going in with a more specific attack of your own, Toasty? In fact, yeah.
I'm going to reposition myself into the room and use the door to block the entrance.
Okay. So you're basically defending yourself now. You're using it as a shield to stop him from being able to hit you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And he put the desk up against the door, so I'm going to brace my feet against the desk.
I'm assuming
and just dig my claws into the door.
Okay. So he's already half out of the door, so you basically have to push him back in. But you're effectively using
No.
the door as a shield to block the incoming assault.
Oh, if he's still in there, then I'm not going to, because I was thinking we were swapping spaces, more or less.
I kind of see him as being kind of coming out of the door, so he's like in the doorway as far as I'm concerned.
All right.
But you could stop him from coming out.
Yeah.
Or try to anyway. Okay, so
I'm going to repeat the process and hope that they're moving their asses up the hallway.
Well, yes, because something's going to happen immediately after this happens.
Okay. So same rolls?
Yeah.
Yes? No?
Yeah.
It got super quiet.
I-
Okay.
Okay.
I said yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't hear a yes from you, Hale.
Oh, my
Yeah.
apologies.
No, you're good. And then one more review. Oof. Oh, I have at least 2 10s?
Okay. Are you re-rolling any of those, Helena?
I did. I rerolled and got one more success.
So yeah, 2 10s.
Oh, yeah, no, you're quite right. Yeah, so you got 6, you got 7. Unfortunately, Jasper rolled 3 10s that time.
Jesus.
So he gets 2 more successes on you. So
He has the power of Mario Brothers.
Yeah. Power of Rage from Mario Brothers. So
do.
you brace yourself with the door and effectively push it at him to stop him from being able to progress. His pure animal strength is overpowering the thing. You mostly manage to block him, but he manages to get an arm round, and again it cuts through, catches you on the top of the shoulder, and cuts down into your chest. Take two aggravated damage for that.
Can I choose what I want to do?
No, you're in frenzy.
Okay. Well, no, that's not what I mean. I want to attack her. Can I choose how I want to attack her?
No.
Because what I want to do... Okay, fair enough.
Well, tell me what you're thinking.
What I want to do is I want to take the shield that she's using to block with herself, grab it, press it up against her neck, and push.
So you're not going to be thinking like that. You're thinking like an animal at the moment. So
okay, well then I just want to kill her. Okay, fair.
Yeah, it's all about trying to take lumps out of her until she stops moving.
Okay. Sorry, Toasty.
No. I poked the bear. This is on me.
So yeah, the arm snakes around the door and slashes into her chest, causing her some more damage. That fucking hurts. At this point, I need to make a roll. What? Why is that? Oh, okay. Guess I typed it wrong.
As a quick, unimportant aside, how's that popcorn?
Delicious.
Yes, it is. It is rather lovely.
Barkentine reaches out with a hand, and twists it as he does so. The Jasper's body lifts in the air. It only lifts about 3 or 4 inches off the ground, but it lifts off the air and it stays there. And he's suspended in the air. I'm imagining that Helena falls backwards with the door on top of her.
I'm gonna give a 50-50 chance that I'm gonna lash back.
You're gonna lash back.
Yeah. I don't
As
know.
in princess attack.
Princess can't get out the door because Jasper's in it.
No, what I mean is somebody just picked me up.
Yeah.
No,
Right?
it's magic.
Yeah. You've been literally picked up telekinetically off the floor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still gonna slash.
Oh yeah, you can certainly do that.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to slash.
Okay. Behind Jasper's body, you can see and hear Princess barking and snarling and trying to get past, but is basically held in place by the barricade and Jasper in the way of the door. But like, as soon if Jasper was out of the way, that dog would be out and killing anything he could get his hands on.
Specifically her.
Probably, yeah. Barkentine, I don't know if everybody does it. Are you continuing down the corridor, David, pushing the wheelchair? Barkentine's kind of stepped out from behind you and is striding down the corridor towards the fray with his hand held out.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
I'm back.
Yeah. I'm going to be proceeding because I am leading them towards the grand show. Shall we assume that hooked to the back of the wheelchair is our is the frenzy kit, so to speak?
Well, you had it with you, so yes.
I pull out the big glowing green syringe. Anyone feeling getting close enough to stab him with this?
Oh, that's quite alright. Allow me. And Tobias will hold up his hand and do Extinguished Vitae.
Oh my god.
I wondered if that might happen. Okay.
So rouse the blood. I get hungrier. And where'd I go? 6.
Jasper, could you make a stamina plus composure roll, please?
Yes.
Okay. What's your hunger rating at the moment?
It's empty. 1.
You're on 1. You're at 2 now. So there's a funny sensation within your body. It's like the blood within you, a part of the blood within you has literally died. The power that you had access to is literally there, no longer there.
All right.
So, to cut a long story short, because combats in V5 are supposed to be 3 rounds long, Barkentine will take the floating body of will hold Jasper in position in the doorway until the Bruiser can get into position to physically restrain him. The Right Master will just stand back and watch. He does nothing to engage with any part of this situation. The Princess, however, is properly kicking off. James will look over at Tobias and David. What do you want about the dog? As soon as we get him out of here, that dog's coming out.
Do you have tranquilizer in there, David?
Can I speak at all?
Can you what, sorry?
Can I speak at all?
Well, actually, can you make a roll for me, please? Can you make a resolve plus composure roll, please?
Sure. Give me just a second. Oof.
You are still in frenzy. So you're being held in place telekinetically off the floor, so you can't get any purchase on the floor to move around. And you have 2 Bruiser, rather strongly, who are currently holding on to you. As you're swiping around, they're catching hold of you and holding your arms out, so that you can't do any further damage. They're not doing anything else to you, but they're basically pinning you and making you no longer a threat.
I'll go up. I'll do my best. First, I'll plunge a syringe into Jasper, like that, since they got his arms held. And then I'm going to pull out the tranq gun, and I am going to put Princess into temporary slumber.
Okay. So the trank will take a little while to take effect on Jasper, but the trank dart doesn't take that long to put the dog down. So
I'm assuming you're using deer tranquilizer.
yeah, it doesn't
for the
take
size
very
of the
long.
dog.
You shoot the dog, it yelps for a second, snarls and barks at you, and then sits down and then kind of falls over unconscious. Jasper is still raging, probably for another 20 seconds or so. It takes a long time for it to affect him, but slowly that starts to abate and calm down, and eventually he loses consciousness. At which point a combination of Tremere and Bruger effort move him out and onto the floor.
By that point, Helena's finally stood back up and is gathering herself.
Right. What the fuck is going on?
I believe Baron was under the influence of whatever Nigel had going on. Apologies.
You're telling me it's contagious?
Or that there was some kind of directive that the Diablerus did to poor Nigel, and then also did to poor Baron.
Right. James turns to the Barkentine and the Right Master. You two can fuck off now, because this is clearly a security issue. And I'm not putting up with it. This is my jurisdiction, not yours. I don't know what you're doing here, he says, looking at the Right Master, because it's got fuck all to do with your fucking spells. And while I get what you're doing here, he says, looking at Barkentine, I'm here to look after your people, not threaten them. So turn round, tuck your tail between your legs, and fuck off back to the Chantry. The Right Master and Barkentine kind of look at each other. I think, Barkentine says, that this prisoner is in the possession of this coterie, and we are on their grounds. This is their domain and their decision.
So if we throw him out the front door, you can decide that? She asks, holding part of her stomach together.
You throw him out the front door and I'll gut these two fuckers before they have an opportunity to do anything. And I'll be doing it in the right.
Out of character, which two fuckers is he talking about?
When he's talking, he's gesticulating towards the Right Master and Barkentine.
I've done my job. Door is open. Oh, wait. Sorry. Half of my job. And she walks into the room and pulls out one of the drawers on the desk and just uses it to smack the cane through like an opening at the bottom of the barricade. So there it rolls over to Tobias.
Tobias, so get out the wheelchair. Go and get it.
Now, you guys got to make a decision, because Barks is right. This is your domain, and we got to follow what you say, within reason.
Can we have a moment to speak together?
Yeah, but you might want to go and... In fact, I'll tell you what. I'm going to do you a solid. I'm going to take your fallen Baron. I'm going to lock him in one of your other rooms, all right?
Oh,
thank you.
okay.
That's all right.
Boys, come out.
The doors open and some sheepish-looking Russian boys come out of the various different secure rooms.
Meanwhile, I do my best to push the wheelchair into Nigel's room and ask him to have a seat. Now that
Nigel is very much unconscious on the floor.
I'm just going to pick him up and put him in the wheelchair.
He's got a quite obvious wound on the side of his head.
If they ask about it, I just point at Jasper.
James picks Jasper up and just takes him to the nearest room and throws him in. Unceremoniously, literally lobs him into the room. And the dog too?
Duh, please.
The dog was just following orders. Would you be a slight bit more gentle with her?
I ain't gonna hurt no fucking dog. I'm not a monster.
I know. I just, I never accused you of being such.
Yeah.
And
do you want it in with him, or do you want it in separate?
In with him. No, in separate because he'll be very hungry.
Duh.
Right, yeah, good point. He walks over and actually rather tenderly picks the dog up and places him into one of the other secure rooms. You two, points to Barkentine and the Right Master, piss off down the corridor and let the kids have a conversation. Come on. They walk off and leave you. They walk off to the other end of the corridor. They don't leave the corridor. They just leave you to have a little privacy.
And so David speaks up and said, "Let me guess. You called the Chantry. Who did you call?" He points at Helena.
She just smiles.
I see.
And did you call the other one?
No.
No.
Well, we all know what happened with Jasper.
Duh.
I think. Now, I am not very learned, like you doctors, but I think most neutral option is give to guild, which governs this issue. If the Duchess wants, she simply take from guild.
Duh.
Yeah, I don't know how the others got in. The only one I know was coming before this morning was James, so I'd say go with him.
We spoke to no others. Supposedly only Jasper did, and then he started acting weird.
It must be because of he found out about the Chantry was coming and then just went insane because of poor Nigel.
I do not know. I do not care. I fucking hurt.
I understand. Poor Helena. So your vote is for the guild, correct? Helena?
Seems
And your vote is for also guild?
Yes, we all know we're giving him to the guild.
Okay, then guild that is. I've been outvoted. There we go. Let me go tell them. Clack.
I can only imagine that he's going to be so happy saying that to
They-
Barkentine. Out of character.
They all watch you walking very slowly down the corridor towards them.
Yeah, get to them.
Oh my
We have
god.
king.
When he wakes, his nails are going to be filthy.
We have taken the vote since our baron is indisposed, and we are giving it to guild.
What guild?
He'll point to, I guess, Fishwick.
Right.
Yeah.
That was the original the character.
Barkentine looks up at the ceiling and rolls his eyes. The Right Master turns on his heel and walks out. James looks at you. I reckon you made the right choice there, son.
Duh.
David just kind of chuckles.
Mr. David will him to you.
Yeah. What's with the injury?
I was trying to get hand in, and he.
No. I don't give a shit about you.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean my
You mean?
boy.
Oh, your boy? Well, that was, I believe,
He's got a head
Mr. Jasper.
Right. What did I specifically say?
He started to go funny.
Yeah.
I specifically said I wanted you to keep him comfortable and safe. He looks over at Barkentine and nods. You see? This rather affects the outcome of the deal that we made, does it not?
Duh. It does.
It rather limits my generosity that I was intending on applying to you.
And
Yeah,
Helena
true.
is standing here simply staring deadpan, holding bits of herself together.
Yes. It is unfortunate that Jasper went strange and suddenly brought the right master into all this.
Are you saying that whatever happened to Nige is somehow jumped to Jasper? Is this a threat that we need to worry
No,
about?
I do not believe so. I believe a few nights he should be back in order.
Right. So
I don't know. I don't deal with that.
we got another problem then.
Duh.
You guys jointly own domain in this location, do you not?
Duh.
You've been assaulted in your domain.
Duh.
Do you wish to bring charges against Jasper?
No,
No.
he didn't mean it. I will also wish to speak to Baron when he is in right mind.
I would imagine so.
Or can we speak to him first before we do decide about the charges?
Yeah, but don't keep me fucking waiting. I'm a busy man.
Yes, very, my count.
Right.
We will not keep you waiting.
You got my number.
Duh.
Just leave me a message.
Duh.
Have I got
And thank you.
Have I got anything to worry about with you lot?
No, my count, no.
Because this is a bit
Honestly, this is the first time we've seen him do this in 3 years.
Yeah, well, this is a bit concerning to me because this is. I thought you guys were all like stand-up types, and this kind of instability is a bit of a concern.
It is. That's the way we wish to handle it a little bit internally until we can get better understanding.
Right, gotcha. You know, we all lose control sometimes. I get it.
Sounded like misunderstanding from what I heard.
And no
Just
Masquerade's been broken, so I don't have to do anything about that. All right,
Duh.
so we're good. So what I'm going to do, so I'm going to take Nige and Barkentine, he says in the background. I'm going to take Nige and Barks, all right, back to my gaff. We're going to look after him, make sure he's all right.
It's my favorite.
A few days time, all right, we're going to get together. Me, you lot, him in there. Are going to get together. We're going to have a sit down, and we're going to deal with what I owe you.
Duh.
But my generosity is less now than it was in the first place. I want you to understand that.
Yeah, we understand.
Cool. In that case, I'll leave you to deal with the mess.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Have a nice night. Oh, by the way, who the fuck phoned the Right Master?
No one.
No idea.
From what Jasper said, he called us. Did not hear conversation though.
The fuck is he interested in that for? It's nothing to do with him. He deals with all the fucking weird ass fairy bullshit.
She looks between him and Barkentine and then focus her gaze on James. He mentioned Duchess.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. Fucking
Don't
prick.
know.
David pulls out the picture and it's like, maybe this is one of them fairfolk things instead of, one of us.
It's not what Nige reported when he phoned us.
If they can start eating us, what?
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's all the magic stuff, and they say they can do the shape shifting and everything. Who knows what they can do?
That
I'm
would
sorry,
be
but if Fairy can diabolarize me, please just end me now.
that would be a rather hard sell to the Duchess.
I'm speculating, sir.
We will discuss. Yeah. Right. Let's fuck off then.
Helena turns to the other two as they leave and just goes, I lied. I did not touch his game system. I left it alone.
Are they out of the building?
The young Tremere goes to push the wheelchair. Mr. Kicks steps up a little too close to her and just looks at her until she gets out of the way. And he pushes the wheelchair out of the door and out towards the front of the building. And the two groups leave together.
After they leave, David goes, damn it, I forgot to give him his briefcase.
Do you want the night pass to go hand it to him?
I'll get it the next time at the track, I guess.
Okay.
Okay. So,
I could give it to him quickly before they leave.
Yeah, you can catch up.
the camera pans back up towards the ceiling, in through an air vent, through the darkness, pausing briefly to look down through an air vent at a prone body of Jasper, lying on the floor of a secure room, and then disappears into the darkness. And this is where we will call our session.